Hey guys, Chaplain Byer here. As we prepare for February BA, we're going to be studying in our Bible study together, Romans chapter 5. That's going to be over conference line, unless you're in person at headquarters in FSC. So I hope this encourages you, even if you can't make it, but stay tuned for information from your first line leaders, and we will be meeting up in February for our Bible study. But the topic today is reducing and redeeming stress and suffering, something we've really needed this year, right? Reducing and redeeming stress and suffering. Recent research at the University of California, Berkeley, has shown that moderate levels of stress, when stress first begins to come on, actually entices your brain into growing new cells that are responsible for improved memory and performance. So intermittent or on and off stressful events keep your brain on high alert when needed and you perform better. However, if the stress continues and it's not turned off, then the opposite happens. Those brain cells are turned off to produce new cells and improvement. And your stress, when it's not under control, can introduce long-term heart disease, depression, obesity, and cognitive performance. So we need to learn how to manage our stress, how to cope with it. Like top performing athletes or business people, they learn no matter what their stressful environment and their circumstances, to control what's happening inside of them so they can experience the benefits of that intermittent stress and avoid that prolonged stress. In the New Testament, Romans chapter 5, there's a scripture that I'll just quote in part here. It says, rejoice in suffering. How can we rejoice in suffering? Well, there's a train of thought because suffering produces endurance. That's a good thing. And endurance produces character. Okay, so far so good. And character produces hope. And I'll stop there just for the sake of time. How can we get from suffering to hope? How can we get from negativity and suffering to a mindset that begins to actually develop our very brain cells and give us hope to press on? Well, a couple quick tips, and we'll look at this more later in detail at the Bible study. We're called to rejoice in suffering. Have gratitude. Be thankful. Take time to contemplate what you're grateful for, even in the middle of a hard time, because in doing so, it reduces your brain cortisol levels by 20-something%, which is an incredible boost to your cognitive ability. Avoid asking what if questions and dwelling on the negative, like what if the world ends? What if worst case scenario? What if I die? Instead, ask what if this is exactly what I need? What if this stress is growing me? What if this suffering is what's producing perseverance and character in me? Then mentally grab hold of, even if it's that one thing you can think of, that one blessing, that one item of gratitude. And if you feel like you're on a slippery slope, losing hope under suffering and stress and the burdens, that one thing can keep you focused in the battle, that one blessing that you can find in the midst of the trouble. Then restore your stressed mind with rhythms of sleep and restoration and Sabbath. Take time to just breathe, deep breathing, breathe and pray. And take time to reach out to people that you love and that love you, your support network. Find community and find communication to help you in your stress and your suffering. And you truly will be able to rejoice in suffering. And it will build endurance. And it will build your character. And you will have hope. And hope will not put you to shame. I look forward to studying this in more depth in its context in Romans 5 when we get together. But until then, grace and peace to you.